Hi, children. A very good evening from your favorite storyteller, Gayatri Auntie. Okay, so today we shall start our story by the usual song. Ready? Okay. Will you all join me in my story time? Will you all join me in my story time? It's interesting, it's not boring. I can promise you won't be snoring. Will you all join me in my story time? It is looking time, it's also listening time. It is learning time, it's also laughing time. It is time to have so much fun. I want to share it with everyone. Will you all join me in my story time? Will you all join me in my story time? Will you all join me in my story time? I am glad you can join me in my story time. So today's story is a small story that I was just, thinking that it will be very nice to share with you. It is called Tommy's 5 Cents Experience. Okay, so this story has a little boy, Tommy, who is going to the park every day with his mom, and he goes and plays with his friends there. Now, Tommy, one day when he was walking to the park with his mother, asked his mother, Mother, what is the meaning of the 5 senses? Today, our teacher was talking to us, but I want to know more about it. So mother said, Yes, Tommy, it is something that you see with your eyes, you listen with your ears, you can smell with your nose, you can taste with your tongue, and you can touch and feel with the skin on your hands and legs. Those are the 5 senses. But when do I use them, Mama? Tommy asked. You can use them every single minute, Tommy, said Mama. Okay, so I'm going to the park now. Will I be using a few of my senses? Asked Tommy. Mama said, Not few. You can make sure that you use all your senses every time because we learn from our senses. Our senses are very important. All the 5 of them are very, very important, said Mama. Okay, I'm excited to use my senses today, said Tommy. And as he ran into the park, he saw a huge board telling the park name. The next board was a dog park. So, in the dog park, he saw many boys and girls bringing in their dogs, and he used his eyes to see all kinds of different dogs, small dogs, big dogs, dogs which are, black and white, dogs which are brownish in color, so many colored dogs he saw. He saw children carrying balloons, colored balloons. He saw loads and loads of flowers, trees, birds sitting on the trees. He saw a mini roller coaster in the park. He saw swings in the park. He saw sliding board in the park. Oh my goodness, Mama, I saw so many things. As he was talking and walking, suddenly he got a dirty smell. Oh, yuck, what that smell is. Everybody started closing their nose. When we not get a pleasant smell, right? When we get a very unpleasant smell, what do? We try to close the nose. We don't want our nose to take in that unpleasant, dirty smell. They all started looking. What happened? There they saw a big skunk with its 5 babies. Yes, a big skunk with 5 babies was running inside the burrow, and the smell that the skunk gave out was very bad. Tommy said, Mama, I'm running away from this place, and he started running fast. Mama said, Be careful, Tommy, be careful when you run, be careful. But before even Mama could say that, Tommy ran and just fell into one hole which they didn't know how it had come about in the park. It was not a very deep hole, but it was long enough that Tommy could not come out immediately. Tommy was a little worried. He could see everybody there, but it was a hole which he had fallen into, and his hands got scratched as he fell. His skin could feel the scratch. Not only that, there were tiny worms inside that hole which started wriggling on his skin. Your third sense, the skin, it can touch and feel. So Tommy could feel it. He realized that was this third sense that he was using, and the worms were wriggling on him. Some insects, ants were crawling inside. He was not feeling good. He shouted, Mama! Mama said, Tommy, are you okay? He said, I'm fine, Mama, but I'm really worried. I don't want to be here. Tommy, just hold on. We will get you out, everybody shouted. And what did Tommy hear? He heard the siren of the fire engine. Bing, 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 bing. That went to his ears, and he knew that the fire engine was coming, rushing to save Tommy. The fire engine, which was going that way, heard this. He got the call and they came to the park. Yes, and they put the rope inside and they very easily pulled out Tommy. Tommy could hear all the noises. He could hear all the voices. He was using his ears. He did not make any extra effort, but the noises and voices were going into his ears. He was listening. He was using his one sense to listen. He just remembered, I used a sense to see, and I used a sense to smell, and when I fell into the hole, a sense of touch made me feel the rough sand around me, the soft wriggly worms, and the pricky insects. And now my ears are listening, and he was safely pulled out. And Mama took him to the hospital to treat the scratches that were in his hand and gave him a shot, injection. Oh, the injection was painful. The skin felt the pain, prick. Yes, and after coming home, Mama gave him a nice bowl of soupy noodles, hot smelling soupy noodles. He was having it like this and having, so tasty. I love it, Mama. Mama said, see there, your tongue is tasting it and you said you love it. Tommy, did you even realize that you've used your 5 senses? You've had a big adventure today, said Mama. Yes, Mama, I just remembered. Now I'm using my tongue to taste it. Wow. So wherever we are, Mama, we are using any of those senses. Mama said, yes, beta. Now you finish your soupy noodles and go to sleep. And tomorrow will be a fresh day when you can again get thousands of chances to use any of the 5 senses or all of the 5 senses. The end of Tommy's experience with the 5 senses. Did you all like it? So this story I was telling to help you understand about the 5 senses. So shall we sing a song about the 5 senses? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 senses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 senses. When you look and when you see, you use your eyes. When you look and when you see, you use your eyes. When you look and when you see all the things that are to see. When you look and when you see, you use your eyes. When you listen, when you hear, you use your ears. When you listen, when you hear, you use your ears. When you listen, when you hear, all the things that are to hear. When you listen, when you hear, you use your ears. When you sniff and when you smell, you use your nose. When you sniff and when you smell, you use your nose. When you sniff and when you smell all the things that are to smell. When you sniff and when you smell, you use your nose. When you lick and when you taste, you use your tongue. When you lick and when you taste, you use your tongue. When you lick and when you taste, all the things that are to taste. When you lick and when you taste, you use your tongue. When you touch and when you feel, you use your hands. When you touch and when you feel, you use your hands. When you touch and when you feel, all the things that are to feel. When you touch and when you feel, you use your hands. 5 senses. Yay! Good children. I'm glad you joined me in today's little tiny story session. I'll meet you again definitely with another story, another song, and loads of fun. Till then, you all stay home, stay safe, eat healthy food, keep smiling, and be happy. Ta-da!